Sleep better after 60 to 6 calming practices for pre-dawn wakefulness. Have you been waking up before 5 a.m., staring at the ceiling, wondering why your sleep keeps slipping away? If so, I want you to know you're not alone. I've been there, and so have many of my friends. It's not a sign that something is wrong with you. In fact, in many cases, it's your body trying to tell you something. Quietly, gently, and today, we're going to listen to it. As we get older, our sleep patterns naturally change. But that doesn't mean we have to accept restless mornings and foggy days. You don't need sleeping pills or strict routines. What you need are small, kind adjustments practices that help your body and mind find their way back to peace. Gentle habits that work with your age, not against it. In this video, I'm going to walk you through 6 calming practices that have helped me and a few of my friends, including a sleep doctor and a retired wellness coach, find deeper rest, even after waking up early. These aren't quick fixes, they're gentle shifts. Thoughtful habits that can help you feel more rested, more grounded, and more in control of your mornings. So, if you've been feeling frustrated, tired, or even a little defeated after another early morning wake-up, I want you to stay with me. Because what you'll learn today is just how to fall back asleep. It's how to reclaim your peace. You deserve rest. You deserve comfort. And even if your sleep has changed, your right to feel rested has not. Let's begin. 1. Calm the body with gentle movement. When you wake up before 5 a.m., the first instinct is often to freeze, stay perfectly still, and hope sleep comes back. But sometimes, the exact opposite helps more. Gentle movement can calm your nerves, ease stiffness, and reset your body's rhythm. It's not about exercise. It's about telling your body, you're safe now, you can rest again. Even small movements can make a difference. Try rotating your ankles, rolling your shoulders, or slowly stretching your arms overhead while still in bed. If you're comfortable, sit up and gently stretch your neck side to side. These light actions help your circulation and calm your nervous system, especially if your body is holding tension from a dream or worrying. My friend Dr. Linda, a retired physical therapist, once told me, after 60, stillness doesn't always mean rest. Sometimes, it means the body needs a reset. She encourages older adults to think of movement as medicine, especially early in the morning. She recommends a few slow, controlled stretches, nothing strenuous, just enough to remind your body that you're in control. The next time you wake before dawn, don't panic. Instead, shift gently, breathe deeply, move slowly. Treat your body like an old friend you're helping back to sleep. With enough practice, your body begins to understand this rhythm, and over time, those early wake-ups start to feel less like a disruption and more like a moment of calm. 2. Hydrate the right way. Sometimes, waking before 5 a.m. is your body's way of saying, I need a little help, and one of the most overlooked causes. Dehydration. As we age, we don't always feel thirst the way we used to. A dry mouth, restless legs, or a stiff body might be quietly asking for water. But not ice water, something gentle, something warm. That's the kind of hydration that soothes instead of shocks. My friend Grace, who lives just a few houses down, had this habit of waking up at 4:30 a.m., tossing and turning. She thought it was nerves until one morning she noticed how dry her throat felt. She started keeping a mug of warm water by her bed, just a few sips when she stirred. Within a week, she told me, it's like my body finally feels heard. I can fall back asleep again. And let me tell you about Henry. He's not a doctor, but he's been a farmer for over 40 years, and he treats his body like his land, with care. One evening, he said to me, if the soil's too dry, it can't grow. Same with us. He adds a little lemon to his evening water, just enough to bring balance. Since then, he says his legs cramp less, and those early wake-ups don't last as long anymore. You don't need to gulp down a bottle at midnight. Just a few mindful sips, warm, calm, mineral-rich if you like, can help ease your body back to rest. Think of it as kindness in a cup. It may seem simple, but sometimes the simple things are the ones that bring us home to ourselves. Part 3. Shift focus away from sleep. One of the worst things you can do when you wake before 5 a.m. is lie there begging for sleep to come back. The more you chase it, the more it runs. Instead, shift your focus. Breathe, sit up, light a candle, write something down. Let your body relax without demanding that it falls asleep. It sounds simple, but this shift can make all the difference in how your mind settles. Let me tell you about my old classmate Thomas. We reconnect every now and then for coffee. He's 76, sharp as ever, but told me he kept waking around 4 a.m. every night. He'd lie there, staring at the ceiling, heart racing, trying to force himself back to sleep. By 5 a.m., he'd be wide awake and frustrated. He said it made his whole day feel heavy, like he never really rested. I suggested something simple. Instead of fighting it, sit up, stretch a little, and write down whatever's on your mind. Take the pressure off falling asleep. A week later, he told me he started lighting a small lamp, writing in a notebook for 10 minutes, and then playing soft instrumental music. Sometimes he'd fall back asleep, sometimes not, but he always felt calmer. And over time, he said, it stopped being a battle. Thomas now calls it his quiet hour. It's not about fixing anything, it's about softening into the moment. And funny enough, ever since he stopped chasing sleep, it started coming back on its own. That's the lesson. When we release control, we make space for peace. And sometimes, that peace is all your body needs to rest again. 4. You sound to soothe, not simulate. My friend Denise, she's 81 now, used to wake up around 4:30 almost every morning. She'd lay there in silence, hoping sleep would come back, but instead, her mind would race. One night, she decided to play an old jazz album on low volume, just to feel less alone in the quiet. To her surprise, the soft sound helped her drift off again. She wasn't expecting much, but it worked. After that, Denise started keeping a little speaker next to her bed. She tried ocean sounds, soft piano music, and eventually found that gentle rain noise worked best. She told me, it's like my brain needs something soft to hold onto when everything else is still. Now, she has a short playlist she uses anytime she wakes up too early, and more often than not, she's asleep again within minutes. The science backs her up. Sound can help calm the nervous system and redirect anxious thoughts. But not all sound is equal. Stay away from anything with lyrics or sudden volume shifts. Go for pink noise, nature sounds, or slow instrumental music. Even an old audiobook with a gentle narrator can do the trick. Just set a timer so it doesn't keep running all night. If silence feels more like pressure than peace, consider adding soft sound to your sleep routine. It's not about distraction, it's about comfort. A quiet voice, a slow rhythm, a steady rain, they create a gentle space where your mind can settle. Like Denise said, it's not just about falling asleep, it's about feeling safe enough to let go. 5. Let go of emotional baggage. Waking up before 5 a.m. can sometimes have nothing to do with your body and everything to do with what's weighing on your heart. Unspoken worries, lingering grief, old memories, they don't just disappear when we lie down. They stay with us, and the quiet hours before sunrise are when the mind and soul do their deepest work. That's when your emotions show up, uninvited but loud. This is why it helps to make space for them. Keep a notebook by your bed. If something's bothering you, write it down, even if it's messy or unfinished. Whisper a prayer. Take a deep breath and say, I release this for now. Sometimes, we carry emotional weight so long, we forget how heavy it is until we start letting go, one quiet morning at a time. I had a friend named Nora who used to wake early after her husband passed. She said it felt like her grief arrived before the sun did. But when she began journaling, even a few lines, she told me, it was like opening a window in a stuffy room. The sadness didn't vanish, but it softened. And slowly, she began to sleep again with a little more peace. 6. Practice mindful breathing. When you wake before dawn and your thoughts start racing, one of the simplest tools lies within your breath. Instead of staring at the ceiling worrying about sleep that won't return, turn your attention inward. Deep, mindful breathing sends a signal to your brain that you're safe. It slows your heart rate, relaxes tense muscles, and creates a calm space reminding body and mind that rest is still possible. A friend of mine, Sam, a former yoga instructor, taught me the 4-7-8 breathing method. You inhale quietly for 4 counts, hold for 7, then exhale fully for 8. He'd lie in bed, eyes closed, and within 1 or 2 rounds he felt the tension melt away. Sometimes he drifted back to sleep. Other times he stayed awake but felt centered and peaceful, ready to greet the day. Mindful breathing doesn't require fancy equipment. Studies show slow, controlled breaths activate your parasympathetic system, your natural rest and digest mode, dropping stress hormones and easing anxiety. Focusing on each inhale and exhale gives your restless mind a simple task, freeing it from the worries that kept you awake. It's a mini reset button you can press anytime. To make this a habit, spend a few minutes each night or first thing in the morning practicing gentle breaths. Place one hand on your belly to feel it rise and fall, or picture air filling a soft balloon inside you. If you wake early, shift into this breathing instead of checking the clock. Over time, you'll discover that rest isn't just an outcome, it's a skill you're actively cultivating, one breath at a time. When you find yourself awake before 5 a.m., don't panic or assume something's wrong. Instead, see it as your body's gentle nudge to slow down, reset, and reflect. Those quiet hours aren't a sign of failure, they're an invitation to connect more deeply with yourself. Whether you choose to breathe, move, hydrate, or simply watch the dawn, these moments are yours to shape and honor. Tonight, pick just one of the practices we've covered, perhaps a few mindful breaths, a gentle stretch, or a warm sip of water, and notice how you feel. When you try it, come back here and share in the comments which change made the biggest difference. Your insight can light the way for someone else who's navigating those early morning wake-ups, and together we'll build a more rested, peaceful community. Thank you for spending this time with me. Your rest still matters, and so do you. If you found value here, please leave a comment about your experience, and subscribe for more gentle tips on sleep, wellness, and self-care. We're creating a space where every voice is heard and every restful moment celebrated. Sweet dreams and take care until next time.